everyone. It's Renee Nadia with Living Beyond Limits. Look, I'm so excited to be here today. I have an amazing guest. She's my sister. I call her my little sister. I'll be telling my age if I say little, but it's Tiara. I just love her. She's such a sweetheart. Tiara is going to be she's going to be actually conducting a workshop for singles at the Dominion Conference. Ladies, the Dominion Conference is March 6th and March 7th at the Doubletree Hotel. We just have a few days away. There's still room for you if you want to register. You don't want to miss this. So I invited Tiara because she's going to give you a little bit about what we're going to talk about, what she's going to talk about in the singles workshop. She's not going to give you everything, ladies. So, hey, you got to be in the place and hear what she is going to say just a little bit. So I'm super excited about that. Tiara, just share a little bit about yourself that you want the ladies to know. Go for it, lady.
Ladies. I am super, super, super excited. I am a mother of two. My kids are pretty much grown almost now. My son is going to be 20 this year. Oh man, and my daughter will be 16 this year. And I am just a blessed child of God. I love all things God. I love how He continues to bless my family and myself, and how, just being able to empower other women and just being able to receive from other women. I thank you and I love you so much, Renee, for, just bringing me in and, bringing me out my shell a little bit. I'll be honest, I'm a little shy at times,
Oh, goodness.
but definitely, I truly appreciate it. I'm so looking forward to the conference. Last year was absolutely amazing, life changing. So I definitely know it's going to be again this year, and just looking forward to everything that's going to be given. I think all the ladies will truly be able to bring their own additive to the flavor of everything, but they will definitely take away so much more. And I'm just excited and looking forward to it.
Yeah, and TR is so funny because every time I looked around, you were texting me, this person coming, oh, so and so coming, oh, my aunt coming, oh, my grandma coming. And I was like, what is that? I said, she have
Who all
like
these people?
a whole stadium of folks just like, TR, we here. Like everybody's coming from the family. Like, y'all gotta people to stand up. No, they done took the whole room up. But I love it. I love it. You are,
Yeah, hopefully they won't and they'll venture off.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing I was like, but yeah.
You can see that you're very supported. You have a
Oh,
family
yes.
and friends that really support one another. You can clearly
Yeah.
see that, So I'm
Yeah, I love it. I love my circle.
it tickled me, and it's so important. This topic. This is if somebody would ask me what is my baby, like if I, my topic, if I had to put singles. Oh my goodness, like this is my baby, and so put it this way: for me to ask. Whoever I'm asking, let me tell you, I know they taking care of it, right? And I knew that was you. The Holy Spirit told me. And because I think, Tiara, and I'm going to get into the first question, and it's so important because we just mess up. The place where we mess up is when we're single, but it's the place where God can do so many things in our lives. But for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
it's that season where we mess it up, and so grace
Yes.
and His mercy is there. But I think that if women could see, and I recently got remarried, and so that's a blessing. So it's not like I ain't never been single, okay? And so and I, all the things I experienced, and God taught me through that process. I said, man, if I knew what I know now, and later as a single,
Mhm.
that I didn't know then, or whatever wasn't revealed to me for whatever reason, man, what a difference it would have made. And
Yeah.
again, people don't realize, especially singles, the decisions they make as a young single can affect you for your rest of your life. It's really huge. So let me go because I can go on about that. My first question that we can just run and chit chat about is when you hear the word dominion, what
Mm.
does it mean to you personally? We'll start there.
Whew. Um, Dominion to me is, oh man, it's powerful. It's such on a large scale. It's pretty much like having your own kingdom and you reigning over it. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, that word to me is so powerful. It's like when you hear it, you can't just basically think like, oh yeah, that means I own this little water bottle or whatever. No. This is saying that I own the whole entire waterfall that's bringing it in. Like it's very powerful. It's very it just it's a part. I'm sorry, it's a part of having, I think, like a level of control, but it's just not basic. It's definitely when I look at, God's power and his reign over us. And I know we can never have that same power, obviously, but it's just so much, it's so powerful. I really feel like it's
Yeah,
absolutely powerful.
it's really, no, you're right. It's really big. You just can't say something like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and also,
Exactly.
when you think about it, it's stretching, right? If you think about
Mhm.
it, it's going to make you stretch because you can't think
Definitely.
when you say the
Because you
word.
can't think small. You gotta think big.
So why do you believe this topic is especially important for single women right now?
Whew. So I think as single women, um, we find ourselves in a place of trying to find ourselves. We are so busy trying to be this, that, and the other for everyone else. We are so busy, maybe even at times shrinking ourselves to be that.
Mhm.
So I think when it comes to in your single season, being able to um, you know, have dominion over something on such a large scale. I think it's very important. I think we have so much to give. We have so much to bring to everything that, we can't shrink ourselves
Yeah.
to, we have to take it on that big scale. We take it by the rings and we need to just push and go forward and have it. And I think that, it's just important. It's important for us to, live in our calling. God didn't place us here for nothing. He really didn't. He placed us here with a purpose. He placed us here for what we have in our hearts and inside of us to be able to give and to give to others. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, it's really important, and I just hope and pray that all of our women can live in it. Even myself, I've been working on it, so I'm praying that we all working on it and we keep helping each other, and we'll be able to push forth and you know
Yeah, and it's
truly.
no, it's true, and it's something you said about shrinking, and I think that's what happens sometimes with us, especially we're talking about single women. We'll shrink
Yep.
into something that we're not, or what somebody else wants us to be, and if that's going to happen,
Yep.
we're not going to be able to take dominion.
You're right.
No.
100%. You
Mhm.
are so right.
So, identity and authority is another topic you're going to be talking about. So, what are some of the common lies single women believe about their season? Well, some of the common lies. This is the common lies that
Ooh-wee.
women believe about their season.
First off, really big and from experience, I won't even lie. I have to go out on a limb a little about this is thinking that we are not whole until we have that ring or that person or that. Listen,
Yeah.
while that should be our end goal and our purpose, each party is supposed to come in whole to be able to bring it to one another, to be able to move forward to for the relationship and everything and the oh my gosh, it's supposed to push forth with God's purpose and to be you can't do that if you're broken. You
That's
bring two broken pieces together, y'all gonna bring each other down. You're not gonna be able to lift each other up. So
right.
I think that's one of the most important things. Believe it or not, people say, "Oh, I'm 50, percent," and they bring their 50%. We make 100. I'm like, no, let's each be 100 and
Right.
go. Let's so definitely I think that's really important. I definitely have had conversations in which I was there. I felt the same way. I'm getting older and experiences teach you different things and just learning and and you eventually start to change that mindset of, oh, I'm not whole until this person is here or whatever. No, God is supposed to do that for you, and then y'all come together and then y'all
Yeah.
walk beyond where it is that you're supposed to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely feel like that's one of the ones is people waiting for that person to make them whole.
Been there, done that. I got a T-shirt. And some things are, we're raised to think a certain kind of way, right?
Yep.
And our parents,
Yeah.
and it's like they need to have this, that, and the other. But what about me? I need to have myself together too. And I think that's where we missed it. I'm going to find somebody that has themselves together, and when I find them, he was supposed to put me here. Have this, have that, place me there, and that's the mistake
Yeah.
you make. You finance
Yep.
it. If my finances
Hmm.
are jacked up, but I want somebody whose finances are good so they can fill in for me, wrong, because it's going
Nope.
to fall, like you said. And
Exactly.
I think that's a mistake we make if we're not in a good place financially. Ladies, we got to fix it ourselves because you don't want to, it's a trap to believe that you're going to, go ahead, we're going to say, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm really big on that. I've been definitely working on my own finances and trying to do those things. And I recognize, I said, obviously, I know I'm a wife, but then I also know that God had to place me in certain, areas of divisions of learning, and just so I can become who I am. Because when I do come in, I can't come in messed up with all types of debt and whatever else. Because how do I look at somebody else and say, hey, yeah, could you fix this for me? Like, what? Like, come on. So it's like I got myself there. I'm definitely very close, but I am almost out and I am excited. And definitely those are the things. And, the process in my single season of just working on myself and those things and letting God lead me, because he's definitely leading me in the right direction. And I'm, appreciative of that. And I definitely pray for single ladies, please. Oh my gosh, just seek him. He will direct you.
Yeah,
This conference was not for no reason. All of the pieces to the puzzle will come together, and I think it would be very, very, very encouraging and life changing. And that's the
yeah.
best part.
It is. It is. And to your point, and it was something I was going to say, like the mistake we make, trying to get somebody else to fill in the gaps. And we pray for someone, right? We pray for someone to be a certain way. And then what do you think God's going to bring you? You think God's going to bring somebody who's saying the same prayer to your life? And the thing about it is, are you working on it? That's the thing. So even if you don't come into it perfect, but you could show somebody, I'm working towards this,
Grace.
my goal. I have been working
Yep.
on this, that, or other. Not that you're sitting there watching your bills pile up while you go to Macy's, right? And then you say, "Oh yeah, I love you. Yeah, God sent me this man is going to take care of all my Macy's bills." It don't work like that. And trust and believe, if that and I nobody shops at Macy's no more, right? Did I say the wrong time? It's showing my age.
Well, no, I still do a little bit. I still do a little
A
bit.
little something at Macy's, and so God, so if that person's come, you better be careful because if they say they're going to do all this, that might not be the right person, and now you're in trouble, and they can leave you hanging out to
Exactly.
dry, and it gets worse. So, to your point,
Exactly.
it's just I'm telling you, this is like my baby here, and because women who are single could relieve themselves of so much anguish and brokenheartedness and things like that if
Hmm.
they just do it right. Like you said, we have to trust God for your situation. You're gonna have to trust it. You think that married women don't have to trust God? Come on,
We always gonna have to.
you always,
We
you
always
always have to trust God, so you might as well trust Him as being a single person. Your husband could come
trust him
and make
now.
millions, and on one day it could be gone. What if he loses his job or something like that? So you can't depend. It's always dependent upon God. That's good. Girl.
Yep.
We just go.
100%.
We ain't gonna give up all the information on this. On
But
this
it's not too much.
little bit. So, how does insecurity, again, this is all about identity and authority right here. How does insecurity sabotage dominion?
Ah. So here's the thing. How do you move and live in power, but cower yourself down with insecurities? They can't exist.
Yeah, yeah.
I think when I think about, let's think about, we have dominion and we have insecurities. The lion is the king of the jungle, right?
Hmm.
So if you have a lion who's the king of the jungle, how did they become the king of the jungle? They weren't insecure, or they didn't show their insecurities.
Right.
A little mouse runs by and that lion cowers away. And how is that supposed to work? How are you supposed to keep the power and the control over what you have when you're moving scared? God does not operate out of fear.
No.
And so when it comes to that, I know, we have all, because I'm not saying I haven't, and I'm not saying I still have not, but, those things, it's very important to have those conversations with God to find out what it is that you're supposed to do, because He's always going to have your back. And
Yeah.
if He doesn't want you to go into a certain, direction, He's still going to protect you. Fear is just a mind. It's based on our mind of what we think may happen in the negative. And in order again for us to take control and to have whatever it is that is for us, we have to, have that big, huge mustard seed faith
Yeah. Yeah.
and just say, God, I know you're going to back me up. God, I know you're here.
Mhm.
God, I know if you don't want me to do this, you will let me know and you will direct me into somewhere else. And once we have that and we stand firm on that, we can do whatever we want. We
Mhm.
can have whatever we want. We can fix ourselves. We can, tap into everything that is for us. And I'm really, man, I am so happy for all of the ladies who show me here and there because I have my fears of different things. So it's so awesome to be able to say, hear other women say, oh, yeah, well, when I first did this, it didn't go here, just like conversation me and you had.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was just thinking, and you just process those things. And it's just like, what am I so afraid of?
Yeah.
All of this time I've gotten here. And even when things didn't work out,
Right. 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 Right.
he still has our
Good
back.
track. Yeah. Yeah. He could.
So,
And just
yeah,
to piggyback off what you're saying, insecurities, and we were talking about relationships, they'll put you in bad relationships, thinking you're not good enough, thinking that you'll
definitely.
never have enough, thinking that oh, this is the best train coming, so let me jump on. I ain't gonna get no better, so let me.
And end up even lower than you started.
Yeah,
Like that's not at all. That is not at all what is for us.
yeah,
And it literally will put you in that place to be stuck and to be planted in somewhere where you're not supposed to be. And when you're
yep,
when you're planted in the wrong place, you cannot grow.
no,
And that's what's very, very, very important is understanding that, if we're not whole and we're not okay in ourselves, how can anyone else look at us and say, hey, let me build them up? No, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna run over you. It's a part of that thing. And we really just have to be able to tap into who we are. We have to be able to believe in ourselves. You walk around and you believe in yourself like crazy, guess what? Everybody else might be like, you know what? Maybe they are really that, or it. That's
right,
so. Yeah, it's really really important, just to ensure that you can, you want to get on good ground. You don't want to plant yourself in places where you're not supposed to be. I think we definitely all have done it. That's where we get comfortable and everything else, but you have to see, and once you know who you are and whose you are, and you really tap into that, it'll change your whole surrounding. You won't be in those places anymore, and that's the best part about it. Definitely the best part.
I like that. And
But
you're right. You said a mouthful about being planted in places where you shouldn't be, because
mhm,
sometimes getting out of those places is tough. And you come out broken,
it is.
heartaches.
Mm-hmm.
You,
Yep.
you ain't had two nickels before. You're going to lose even more. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
why this is so, so important for the ladies to understand. You have a lot right there, right there, right? You. If you have God,
That's
that's everything. That's everything.
exactly.
Focus on building your relationship with Him, and let that play itself out, right? Because that's
Whew.
another thing.
Listen,
Like it's
that in itself, man, I swear to. Whew, I sometimes and I just sit. And oh my God, I just think back and I'm just like, but God, and I'm like, but
Mhm.
I stressed over that.
Right.
Like, I literally stressed over that. And then it just to see the things that come to fruition when I finally push forth and believe, and it flows and it's smooth.
Yeah, I was thinking about you because we've known each other since you were pregnant. I think that's a long and so
Zaire.
right. Think about it. All the time that has
Yes.
passed, all the things you have learned, and what God brought you through in the process.
Yep.
And so single women have to understand God will bring you through. Give Him a chance.
Yes.
Um, Here's another topic: breaking bondages. Whew, this is really. So, what mindsets keep single women in emotional bondage? And we
Mm,
might even
mm,
talk
mm,
about
mm.
this, but you could share some things that jump out at you.
So one of the things too that I've come across is not even recognizing is generational curses that keep
Yeah.
and continue. The past couple years is when I really tapped in on it and I really began to understand. It was a fast I was on, and they were talking about that, and I realized, I've watched it even in my family, is a lot of us started off here. Why? Because that's as far as such and such went, or
Hmm.
that's as far as that person went, or their mindset was let's play it safe because we don't want to ruffle too many feathers or different things like that. And I think the allowing other people as well as not having that own your own confidence,
Mhm.
is what brings people down, and it
Mhm.
keeps women sheltered and stuck in a place of not being able to move and push forward.
Yeah,
And I think what's so important is we have to start within ourselves, and we have to come out of that, whatever, whether it's generational. We have to
mhm,
break those curses, whether it's
yeah,
just in general of not even believing in ourselves for
yeah,
whatever reason. All of those different things we have to be able to into, and we have to be able to push past it,
yeah,
because it's really important. Once you get into a state of depression, what happens? You just get further and further and deeper down.
yeah, you do.
So it's like then you're trying to climb your way out, and in most cases you can't.
Yeah,
So I think that as women, we definitely have to believe in ourselves.
mhm,
We definitely have to stop looking for others to validate us,
mhm,
in a lot of different ways. We're always trying to compete with the man doing this job, or this person doing that, whatever the case is. So
mhm,
I think that it keeps us in bondage of when we don't tap out of that, when we don't change our mindset, when we don't keep positivity, in our everyday. Like, even on my wall behind me, I have all of these positive affirmations. The affirmation you gave us last year,
mhm,
those things that keep positivity is how, it'll keep us from being able to get back down into, oh, we're not worth it, or we can't do this, or whatever.
yeah,
If you believe in yourself, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So at this point, that's how I see it. I see it as, what are we going to do to be able to push forth? How can we help others who are stuck? Because
yeah,
there's a place of being stuck.
yeah,
And that quicksand moves pretty fast when you're stuck down in that place. So definitely, moving out of negativity, just trying to find those positive things, and just trying to push forth, and just trying to, find whatever it is that's for us to bring us out of that place. And I
mhm.
think that's what's important.
That's good. I also just thought about when you were talking about past relationships, single women who had hurtful past relationships. You could go there.
Keeping them.
Go there.
The toughest thing ever is coming out of it and saying, I'm not going to place this into where I'm going,
Come on.
because you're stuck, because it broke you for how long. And then you start realizing everybody is not that person, and
Yes.
everybody brings out something different.
Yes.
And listen, it's a process. It is a process that God and therapy will help you through.
Right.
But definitely, um, again, it's we lose ourselves.
Hmm.
So once you lose yourself, that's why it's so important to be whole.
Yeah.
You come in half. You're allowing somebody, I'm saying relationships in that way. I'm saying friendships. I'm saying in, family, everything.
Hmm.
If you allow people to come in and to, break you down and tear you down, you'll get stuck sometimes.
Hmm.
And, it's really tough. You can't put that on everybody. Everybody is not the same. Everybody's not going to treat you the same.
Yeah.
Everybody is not going to, there's people out here that will really have your best interest,
Hmm.
and they probably sometimes will have better than what you think. So you just got to be open and
Hmm.
forgiving.
Hmm.
God is a forgiving God.
Yeah.
Who are we to not forgive others?
Yeah.
Everybody is coming in with some type of broken whatever. So I try to give people grace, but
Hmm.
you also got to be able to remove those negative things and leave them where they are.
That's true. And
That's
it's not really
important.
fair. It's not really fair
It's not fair at all.
because
It's not.
they did the same thing. They think you're going to be
Right.
just like the last person. No, I am one of a kind.
No, I
Remember,
say that all the time.
so you can't. That's
I'm
not.
not them and you are not them. And
Yep. Right. And if you can't get to that point, women have to understand that you shouldn't be trying to be in a relationship. If you can't get past the last one, then you should
Mhm.
not be moving into something new.
And that's the single season. That single season is what's helping you when
Yes.
you connect with God.
Hmm.
There are fasts, beyond fasts, that are out that will lead you through the fast for whatever time. There are therapists,
Yeah.
there are people in the church, there's pastors, there's friends, there's so many different people to help you through that single season. But the point for the single season is to be able to heal from past things, because you do not want to bring those forward.
Right.
Who wants to carry along the same baggage?
Right.
What else? What else will you have?
Right. And
Like,
yeah. And I think the assumption is it's going to go away because I met, the knight in shining armor. No, it's not.
no, nope. Because the moment they do something that looks almost similar to what the other person did, you're gonna be over there going crazy and like,
Right.
oh no, they're doing this too. And da-da-da. Like, come on, you
Yep.
have to heal. We have to heal. It's
Yeah.
tough, but
Yeah, you have to. You have to be successful in a
yeah,
relationship that you may want to have down the road. Um,
yeah.
Purpose before partnership.
Mhm.
Why is purpose crucial in the single season?
Whew. So I might be coming off a little different with this one, but I
Yeah, that's okay.
think because if you don't know your purpose, right, and you come in and you're part, you're not whole, you have whatever, that could be holding you back or whatever. Once you get into that relationship, sometimes you're going to forget to find your purpose.
Hmm.
You're going to be distracted, and I don't want to call it distraction because if it's meant and it's God built, it's supposed to be together.
Hmm.
But I just feel like when it comes to that, if you don't already know what your purpose is, if you're not already trying to walk into it or whatever, I think you can kind of get sidetracked once you get what you feel you want or whatever the case is. And I think that that will also hinder the relationship because, coming in together, you're supposed to already be whatever you're supposed to be to bring whatever you're bringing.
Hmm.
And so, again, I know I probably went around the other way with that one, but I look at it in a sense of, definitely, at times you're gonna be clouded by the flashing lights and oh, this is so no, this is wonderful, and and then you get off track of where you were and what you were on, and then later on, it's like trying to get back to that, the purpose or your point of where you're supposed to be might be a little tough.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's definitely I think one of those things where you just have to kind of stay on track. You want to do what you're going to do in that season. It helps to build you up and it helps to keep you firm and planted in where it is that you need to be, so that you can move forward in that relationship or whatever is coming. Definitely.
And what do you think God is developing in a woman during singleness?
Oof. I think it's for us to believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
In my single season, because I was, a little held down a bit for a while, and it was just, it was it was one of those things where I started realizing that I didn't find my true self. I had to know, who am I? I can't just be the mom to these kids. I can't just be this to that person.
Yeah.
I can't just do take care of the house and work. I'm this employee getting, whatever. I had to find, who am I? What do I love to do?
Mhm.
I was doing the things I love to do here and there, but it wasn't
Right.
it wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't full. And then I got to a point of, what is it that I really want? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? What will fulfill me so that I can live in my purpose and to be able to move forward and do those things? So, I definitely feel like God is trying to show us that, you know, find yourself, see who you are, see
Mhm.
what it is that you want to do without those distractions. And again, I don't want to call it distractions in a negative way, but
I know.
sometimes that's what happens when God is trying to talk to us. He
Yeah.
doesn't want us dealing with these little things on the side and everything coming in on the
Yeah.
side. So
Yeah.
I, I definitely feel like, that's what he's doing. He's really trying to work on us. He's trying to get us to be who we're supposed to be because we're all put here to, to provide something, to give something. We all have a purpose
Yeah.
and we're all supposed to live in that. So I just think that that could really be it,
Yeah.
especially if our history has been to get lost.
Right.
you know
Exactly.
every time he's like, hey, yeah, I let you go ahead and I gave you that, but you got lost in that person and you still didn't stick to what you were supposed to do. But
Yes.
you know I think that's what's really important is he's definitely showing us some things. He's definitely it's the distraction. It's
Yeah.
keeping you away from those distractions because we definitely have a low attention span at times.
Right.
And just small things. We're supposed to be doing something, but we jump on social media. All of
Right.
those little
Right.
pieces.
No,
So yeah, I think
good stuff. And even what you were saying about purpose, if you don't know what you're called to do, if you don't know what you like to do, and then you got this, if, again, if you
right.
or even relationships, you start them. before you even
Hmm.
know your purpose, your calling, and all that.
Exactly.
Right, you and the person to know what you like and who you are and where you don't have to be with somebody to know that. You can find that out without being with somebody first. And I think it's important
Exactly.
to do that while you're single. Because life can be so much fun as a single person. You know why people are miserable as singles? Because they're not doing exactly what you said. They're not seeking
You listen, I believe it's so funny is I really realized that I'm like, excuse me, I'm like, I recognized how much I love hanging with like my family. I'm, enjoying time with my aunts and my mom and,
that.
just other family. And we just do little things here and there. And I really sat and I was like, wait a minute. All this time before I was, you're in a relationship, you're always doing stuff with just that person. Sometimes you need those extra things and building those memories.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fulfilling to go over memories, to look through a camera roll and just see all of the different things and the smiles and the laughs that we shared. So there's so much more that you find in your single season. It really opens us up to so much more.
That is so
Um,
true, and I think what happens is I think everybody has something. I don't think anybody just lost with.
mhm,
Because I know everybody has smaller family members than others and those types of things, but I believe God
mhm.
will put things and people in your path if that's what you want.
Exactly.
And like to your
Exactly.
point, because of the brokenness and other things, will lean towards looking for somebody,
Mhm.
lean towards
Yep.
lean towards family, fun things. What do I want to do? Is there like
Yep.
women's thing coming up? Any get together? Positive things, right? Just want to say that. And right, let those fill because it's a void. And if you don't let
Yeah.
other things and like you said, fill that void, you're gonna lean towards somebody else filling the void. You're gonna leave
Mhm.
broken with heartache and you lose so much. So it's
Mhm.
just not worth it.
Yep. 100%.
So, in closing, a little tease for the workshop. What is one thing attendees walk away with after this workshop that you'd like to see them walk away with? I know it's a. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
I told you this was my baby. So many.
Listen.
Besides, we got girl. I tell
Listen, let me just tell you that everybody is different.
you,
So I am
yeah,
quite sure 100% that not everybody's going to take the same thing.
right,
And I think that's awesome because, again, the prayer would be that people would be able to take that different thing and share it with somebody else,
yeah,
even that was there and that may say, you know what, I didn't even get that or I didn't even experience that
yeah,
from there. Here's what I got.
yeah,
And this way it will actually come together
yeah,
and be something that everybody can sit and look and just, oh man, I'm excited. I'm gonna be too honest.
yeah,
Am super excited. I know that it's going to be awesome. I know that, it just the topics alone, just like I said, the little pieces to the puzzle, but I really, really feel like everybody, even as a single woman or not, I think everybody is definitely going to realize number one, that they're not by themselves.
right, right,
That's, I think, really big because of a lot of the misconceptions in being single. A
mhm,
lot of people don't want to be single because they think it's negative.
right,
No, it is not.
mhm,
This is your finding season. This is your dominion season.
yeah,
This is when you are going to gain control of everything that it is that you are supposed to have control over. You're going to be able to walk into your purpose. I am truly excited. I am so looking forward to just feeding off of the ladies who will be there,
yeah,
and again, just finding other experiences. I love it when we can talk to each other and share experiences. Never know.
yeah,
Testimonies are real, testimonies are awesome, and they help others.
yeah,
So I am so grateful for you going through your single season because guess what birthed out of Renee's single season?
right, right.
But definitely, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm super
Yeah,
excited.
I'm excited, and thank you again, and thank you for coming because as I shared with Veranda, I just interviewed her, one of the panelists. I was like, I'm so grateful to you and all the women who said, yes, because I know life be life, and I know there's people with children, there's people taking care of loved ones. It's
A
just
lot of
so many
stuff.
things, and my prayer is that God bless you 100-fold for just being a part of this. I know you're anointed for this and some greater things even beyond this. I'm glad I caught you when I caught you now because I probably ain't gonna be able to catch up with you later.
No, can I say this? When you first, let me add this, I'm sorry, but when you first said something to me about it, Renee, I paused, I stopped, and I said, what does she know? Like, not what do you know in the sense of the topic, but what do you know as in for me to present this and to do this, it's like, did you get a sneak peek?
Mhm.
Like, what's happening? Like, maybe she knows something coming, because I was so surprised, and I sat and I thought about it, and I said, all right, God. And at first, I was like, I don't know, but like, how am I not? I already know God is gonna, He's gonna do what He's gonna do.
Yeah,
And definitely He didn't place it on your heart for nothing. And I'm truly thankful for that. I'm thankful for you, hearing and listening to God when He talks to you. And again, I'm super excited, and I am so looking forward to this, and I can't wait.
I can't.
So thank you for listening and bringing me in and bringing me out my shell yet again.
Absolutely. We all still working on coming out our shells. Trust me, we're all still working on it. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Tiara, I'm going to share your email address. You can give it to me after we hang up. And I'm going to put it in the description box in case any one of the ladies want you to pray with them or encourage them. I will put that in the description box.
Oh,
I'll put that
definitely.
for you. So thank you again, sweetie.
Definitely.
Love you. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Thank you so much.
Don't hang up.
Such an honor.
Yes, oh, it's an honor to have you. Ladies, we will see you March 6th and March 7th. Those who can make it, Tiara's going to be in the house, and you're going to get some nuts for being single. Your single life was just getting started. Come on now. All right, Tiara, ladies, love you. See you March 6th and March 7th. There's still room to register if you want to come and see us. Love you, and until next
See
time,
you all soon.
be blessed. See y'all soon.